The night I decided to divorce Ethan Gu, I ended our unborn baby's life. I sold the house and car he bought me. After I drafted the divorce papers, I made up my mind to study overseas. All because in the safe, I found a mistress contract. I lost it and demanded answers, but all I got was a casual response. Your dad cheated too. Your mom could put up with it. I am just having fun. Why can't you accept it? After Ethan and I fought over that contract, he disappeared for 3 days straight. I no longer acted like before, calling nonstop to ask where he was. He finally came home in the middle of the night. I felt really sick today. I tossed and turned, unable to sleep. So I was still awake when he came back. I heard movement behind me. I slowly closed my eyes. Very soon after, I felt the mattress sink beside me. Before I could react, his warm chest pressed against my back. My whole body went stiff. The arms that once felt so warm to me now only made me feel resistance. I shifted my body to avoid his touch. He suddenly asked, "Why are you so cold?" "I just had an abortion today. My body is still weak and sore. How could I not feel cold?" I touched the chill on the back of my hand and said quietly, "My body feels awful." He paused for a moment, then reached out trying to pull me close. I took his hand away and turned over to get out of bed. Seeing this, Ethan frowned and asked, "Where are you going?" "The guest room." Maybe my attitude really set him off. Anger darkened Ethan's face. He snapped, "When will you finally grow up? Do you have to throw a childish tantrum?" His voice dripped with impatience, as if this whole mess from start to finish was just me being unreasonable. My calm heart rippled with hurt. I gave a bitter half smile and said to you, "I am the one who has been acting crazy." "Right, Ethan." He stared at me without blinking. His lips pressed into a hard line. He said nothing back, but his silence was quiet agreement. A cold smile tugged at my lips. I turned to look at him. "Since we already cannot stand each other, find some time. Let us go file for divorce at City Hall." When he heard that, the anger in Ethan's eyes deepened again. He got out of bed in one motion and stalked straight toward me, "Claire, I already explained it clearly. She gives me a thrill you never can. When this phase passes, I will naturally send her away. To me, honestly, you are still the most important one." Hearing those shameless words, my eyes widened in shock, and I laughed in anger. Is that really how cheap women are to him? He crooks his finger and we come running. When he is done, we are trash. He kicks aside. My voice shook as I asked Ethan, "Do you even have a conscience?" Ethan clearly ran out of patience. His eyes burned with annoyed frustration. "You really have the nerve to ask me, have I treated you badly once in 4 years? Why can't you just turn a blind eye to this? Why can other women accept it? But you cannot." I let out a cold laugh and shot back, "If you put it that way, should I also go out there and find the fresh excitement you want? We can both play our own games." That clearly hit a nerve for him. Ethan grabbed my wrist in a rage. He ground out through his teeth, "I dare you." His furious stare said everything. I curled my lips and said, "See, even you cannot accept that. So why should you expect me to accept you? Let us get divorced, Ethan. I am done living like this." He still refused to agree to divorce. He glared at me, then stormed out and slammed the door. I sat down on the edge of the bed, looking at this all too familiar bedroom. A wave of sadness washed over me. Earlier this year, my dad, who looked like a model husband, cheated. The woman he kept outside showed up pregnant. She barged into our home to make trouble, screaming that my parents had to divorce. The entire neighborhood heard about it. My mom spent most of her life with him. There was no way she never sensed anything, but she chose to swallow it in silence. I had seen them being loving and tender, and I had seen my dad hit my mom, just to shield his mistress. Back then, I almost had a breakdown. It was Ethan who stepped in and fixed everything. He held me tightly in his arms. His voice was shaking. He kept whispering, "I am here, you do not have to be afraid." From that moment on, he became my entire sense of safety. Wherever he went, he always checked in with me. Even dinners with friends came with a quick video call, just so I would not worry. Yet this very same man, behind my back, was keeping a woman 3 years younger than me. If I had not randomly decided one day to clean the study, would he have hidden it from me forever? My vision blurred with tears. My sore eyes started throbbing with pain. A dull ache rose in my lower belly. I clutched my abdomen in agony. The stabbing cramps made even walking almost impossible. Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted my phone on the nightstand. On instinct, I called Ethan's number. It rang once, twice. Then the cold automated message came on, until it cut to a dead tone. I gritted my teeth and dialed emergency services instead. The pain was so intense I could not take it. I blacked out completely. When I finally woke up again, the sharp smell of disinfectant filled my nose. I turned my head slightly. Ethan was standing there scowling at me. He was radiating a heavy, furious anger. It felt like he could strangle me any second. When he saw I was awake, his dark eyes flickered slightly. Rage wrapped around him like a storm. He growled, "You killed our baby." His fury did not shake me. If anything, I was icy calm. I cleared my dry throat and quietly answered, "Yes, I did." He snapped, "What gave you the right?" That was my child too, my baby as well. For once in his life, he actually cared enough to argue. In 4 years of marriage, not once had he talked to me about having kids. Whenever his parents nagged me to get pregnant, he always stepped in first, saying we were still young, saying there was no rush to have a baby now. So I always thought honestly that he just did not like children. Listening to him roar in anger, I still said without hesitation, "Because I think your mom was right. Bad traits really do get passed down. I refused to let my child be like his dad. Ethan's whole body tensed at my words. His face twisted into something ugly. He kicked the chair beside him. It toppled over with a loud crash. My heart jolted in fright. My dry lips pressed together. Ethan let out a harsh laugh. He kept saying, "Claire, you really are something else." I do not know about that at all. I only know I am completely exhausted. I had no energy left to fight him, so I simply shut my eyes. I do not know how long passed. The room had gone totally quiet. When I opened my eyes again, I was the only one left in the ward. With Ethan's help during the divorce, now my mom got a decent share of the family property. She is out there right now, traveling around using that money to heal. In this whole city, I only have my best friend Lynn. After I rested a bit, I reached out and called her. If I am going to divorce him, I have to be decisive about it. Lynn rushed over in a hurry. Before she even sat down, I said, "Lynn, can you please help me with something? Help with what and why are you in the hospital?" I told her everything in detail, from beginning to end. Back when my dad's affair came out, she had begged me not to tell Ethan. She was afraid those old wounds would one day turn into knives against me and cut me to pieces, but I was too naive then. I did not listen to her. I treated him as my entire support, so the sword I had handed him myself eventually came back like a boomerang to cut me. Whatever I say now is too late, but I am behind your choice. A man who falls out of love is rotten cabbage. You should tear it up and toss it out. I gave a tired little smile. So I will have to trouble you for a while. Do not say you are troubling me. When I bought my place, I saved a room just for you. You can move in whenever you want. With her promise, I finally let myself relax. After 2 days of rest, I was discharged and went home. I did not give myself time to rest. I dragged out every single thing Ethan gave me. I pulled out all his gifts. Like he said, he never treated me poorly. Every piece of jewelry and clothing was top shelf. Every business trip, he brought back carefully chosen presents. Only now, as I sorted through them, I realized some clothes still had the tags on. I numbly stacked the gifts together, then froze when I found a thick stack of envelopes. Pink envelopes, one after another, each one filled with Ethan's written love for me. There was no denying it. He had once loved me without holding back. From the day we made it official, he started recording everything about us. This heavy stack of envelopes was the proof. I forced down the rush of memories, took the envelopes and went downstairs. "Maria, can I borrow a lighter?" The housekeeper, Maria, looked confused, but she still went to get one for me. Holding the envelopes and the lighter, I walked over to the garden flower bed. In that flower bed, I had planted rows of red roses myself. They looked bright and stunning in the sun. I steadied my expression and flicked the lighter to set the envelopes on fire. Then I tossed the burning bundle without hesitation straight into the flower bed below. The flames roared up like all my pent-up rage. Maria went pale when she saw it. She rushed out in a panic, clapping her hands in shock. "Ma'am, what are you doing out here? Things that no longer matter only get in the way." That goes for memories and people alike. I watched the blaze with a cold, calm stare. I watched those beautiful flowers, and the flower bed burn to ashes. I did not regret it at all. Ethan only knew one thing. He knew my mom endured a miserable marriage for years, too hesitant to ever leave him. But what he never understood is that my mother and I are not the same. I refused to tolerate even a grain of sand in my eyes.